Alright, it's true that a GMAT can be a game changer. But, hear me out. Yes, scoring a 700 plus can unlock scholarships, give your application a boost, and maybe even help you skip a few internal filters. But if you're sitting there with a mid 600 score or even a 580 and wondering if it's over for you, let me stop you right there. It's not. Getting into a good Master in Finance program isn't just about crushing a test. It's about showing schools the bigger picture. Your academics, your internships, your goals, and most importantly, your story. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Trishna, and in this video, we are going to talk about how students with average GMAT scores, not perfect but still strong enough, can still target top MiF programs and build a serious career in finance. We'll also look at real schools that consider more than just your test scores and what you can do to make your application stand out. So, if you're stressing over your GMAT score, stay with me because this video is for you. So let's get into it. Okay, let's be real. A strong GMAT score, say somewhere around 700 or above, definitely helps. It shows schools that you have got quantitative skills and can handle the academic pressure. It also puts you in running for scholarships and helps you clear initial filters, especially at ultra-competitive programs. But that's just one part of the puzzle. Top MiF programs, especially in Europe or even a few in the US, are not just hunting for the highest scores. They're not. They're actually looking for candidates who are prepared, clear in their goals, and capable of contributing to their cohort. So if your GMAT is average, say somewhere in the 600 to 650 range, that doesn't disqualify you. You just need to shine in other areas. Your undergrad academics, your internships, your essay, and your motivation. That's how many students with non-elite test scores still make into excellent MiF programs. You can think of it this way. The GMAT is just a door. A high score gets you through faster, but once you are in, it's everything else that gets you admitted. Your application is the big picture, and you have the power to paint that picture well. What schools really want is someone who knows why they want a finance career and who has shown effort in learning and who brings some evidence, even if that's just a summer internship, a finance club, or project-based work. So rather than just stressing over your score, ask yourself, how strong is the rest of your application? If you can nail your motivation, show that you have taken initiative, and explain your goals clearly, you're giving schools a reason to say yes, even if your GMAT is in the headline. So now let's talk about schools that look beyond the GMAT. First up, we have Frankfurt School of Finance and Management in Germany. This is one of the strongest finance schools in Europe. While they do accept the GMAT, they also offer their own test, which is the BT methods test, as an alternative. This gives applicants who struggle with standardized testings a fair chance. So if you've got a GMAT score of around 600 to 630, you're still very much in the game, especially if your grades are strong or you have done internships in finance or consulting. Frankfurt is also one of the best cities in Europe to start a finance career, with many MiF grads landing roles at Deutsche Bank, Allianz, and the European Central Bank. Salaries often start somewhere around 50,000 euros and grow pretty quickly. Next up, we have Trinity College Dublin in Ireland. Trinity doesn't require a GMAT for their MiF or financial risk management programs, and that's a huge plus if your standardized tests aren't your strength. Instead, what they focus on is your academic performance and the clarity of your career goals. So if you have done well in your undergrad, especially in finance, economics, or maths heavy courses, and you have had even one decent internship, you're in a great position. Plus, Dublin is home to many financial and tech firms, giving you access to a great mix of traditional and modern finance jobs. You are looking at starting salaries of around 45,000 euros to 50,000 euros. Third, we have Rotterdam School of Management in the Netherlands. RSM does accept GMATs, and a 630 to 650 score is pretty common, but they are flexible. If your GPA is strong and you have done some relevant coursework or internships, they'll look at that closely. They understand that applicants bring more than just test scores. 94% of their MI graduates land jobs within 6 months. Big Four, multinational banks, and consulting firms are pretty frequent recruiters. It's a solid mix of academic reputation, ROI, and student diversity. Fourth, we have Renewable Equality Management in France. Grenoble's MIF program asks for a GMAT or GRE, but waivers are still available if you have studied certain quantitative subjects or have relevant work experience. The admissions process looks closely at your full academic background and motivation letter. So you don't need a 700 score or above to get in. Some students with 600 or 620 get accepted because they bring great internships or career clarity. Grenoble also emphasizes employability and industrial exposure, which adds to your ROI. And then we have MLeon Business School, again in France. MLeon gives you a lot of flexibility in terms of standardized tests. You can go with GMAT, GRE, TAGE-MAGE, or even their internal analytical test. So even if your standardized testing isn't your thing, you have options. Sure, scoring 680 plus might give you a scholarship, but for admission, a GMAT in the 600 to 640 range combined with a strong personal statement and solid grade is often enough. And then we have Rutgers Business School in USA. Rutgers is another school that considers GMAT waivers for strong applicants. If you have got a solid GPA plus internships or some work experience, even if not in finance, they are open to it. The financial analysis program is practical, and Rutgers' proximity to New York helps with networking and internships as well. You can expect post-grad salaries in the range of $70,000 to $85,000. And lastly, we have Boston's Carroll School of Management. Boston College is selective but not rigid. A mid-600 GMAT won't stop you if you have got relevant experience, again strong undergrad grades and clear career goals. They also value students with leadership or campus involvement. So if you have led a finance club, case competition, or done research, talk about it. Starting salaries often hit over $80,000 in roles across asset management, risk, and consulting. Just make sure to show evidence of your concrete skills. Now, let's talk about your application strategy if your GMAT is average. So here's how you can build a compelling profile even with a lower test score. First, show academic ability. If you scored well in quant subject like stats, finance, calculus, highlight that. Mention your class rank if it's impressive. Secondly, add hands-on experience. Internships in finance, data analysis, fintech, or even accounting, all of them count. Projects, case competitions, or volunteering in finance roles, you can bring them all up. Third, make your essay count. A strong motivation letter can genuinely make a difference. Be clear about why you want to study finance, why you want to study it now, and how this program fits in your career. Fourth, get strong recommendations. You need to choose people who have seen you in action. Professors, supervisors, mentors. Ask them to speak to your analytical skills, your drive, and your growth potential. Be strategic with your test prep. If you haven't taken the GMAT yet, you need to aim for a personal best. Even a 620 to 640 can do well if the rest of your profile shines. See, here's the thing. We are not going to pretend like the GMAT doesn't matter. It absolutely does. But it's not the only thing that matters. Top MIF programs are filled with students who didn't ace the GMAT, but who were still excellent candidates, and you can be one of them. Focus on what you can control: your essays, your experiences, your references, and your ability to clearly explain why you want this. Programs like Frankfurt, Trinity, Erasmus, Grenoble, MLeon, Rutgers, and Boston College are all known to take well-rounded view of applicants. They understand that potential isn't always just captured by one test. So, if your GMAT score isn't where you want it to be, do not shut the door. Stay focused, stay strategic, and give schools every reason to say yes to you. Well, that was all for today's video. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, and if you have got questions about MIF programs, essays, or test strategy, drop them in the comments below. We would love to help you out.